everybody, we will see in this video how we can do the skeleton and to do some pose for a character. It will be interesting because we can see the weight of the bones for the skeleton, how we can influence the mesh also. And we will try to realize the character that you can see on the screen here. Okay, we are in Blender. So what we will do is just to import the reference. So I will drag and drop in the front view, the reference, and we can scale a little bit the reference. To have some indication like this. We will do a mirror of that, so don't worry. So we will do just the half of the character. After I go to the edit mode, I take the top, I do an extrude here, one extrude for the arms and one for the neck. So what we can do is to take some vertices here. We can move to the X like this. And we can extrude. We can take some vertices like here. I can move to the X like this. And I do a last extrude here to do the top of the head here, and we can move like this. Okay. After I take one face below, I do an extrude here for the leg, one for below like this. It's okay. Good. After I will remove some faces, so I will take this face, and this face, and this face, and we can press delete to the faces like this. We can go to the front view and we can go to the wireframe. And now we can do some adjustment. So I will take all my objects. I will take maybe more the image, or I will move the image on the correct place to have to be in the half like this, almost like the half, because it's not exactly in the middle. And now we can move a little bit the vertices. So I take some vertices here. We are in vertices, okay. So I press G, Z to move like this. And we can press G, X to move a little bit like this. Okay. I press G, X to move like this, and I scale. Okay. I take this, I press G, I can move like this. Okay. After we have the pelvis, so I move here a little bit here. We can move like this to give roughly the shape of the body here. Okay, and we have this. I can move like this. It's perfect. The body is more like this and the head is more small, so we can put the half like this on the top, and G, and after Z to move a little bit down, up like this. Okay, we can do the arms. So I will take the face here, I will do an extrude. As you can see here, I can move. Okay. We can do S after X0 to just put the vertices in the correct place. I do SY to do small scale like this. I go to the front view, I do S a bit scale, okay. We do another extrude like this, S a little bit scale like this, okay. I go to the front view, it's okay, and I can do the same for the one for the hand like this. Okay. I will move some vertices like this. So I press G, X to be sure. I press G, X to move a little bit like this. Okay. Now everything is okay. We have the half of the character. I will reduce a little bit here the depth because it's a little bit too much, so maybe we can take this and this also part, and we can do S to scale in y-axis like this. Okay, just to have not something too big here. Okay, so far so good. We can go here. I go to the one, and now we can call a name for this character here. I will do just a mirror, so I go to the modifier, generate, and after we can do mirror like this. As you can see, the position is not correct. We will fix that just now, so I will remove that. I take one vertex here, I press Shift S, snap cursor to select it. After I go to the object mode, I press Tab, Object, Set Origin to 3D cursor. Okay. Now we can reactivate the mirror, and now it's in good place. Okay, it seems good. Now it's a little bit flat here, so we will change that also. So I take the wireframe, I press Tab, and we can move a little bit to give shape on that. So I press 1, I select one vertex here to be sure to see where is the front, and we can move a little bit. So for my opinion, we can move a little bit like this. Okay. To give a little bit shape on that. Okay, that's okay. I will put another modifier on the top of here, so it will be generate subdivision surface, and I will put that on 2. Okay. So now we have some point that I can adjust. So I press G, Y to move a little bit. G, Y. Like this, and this we can maybe move a little bit on the y-axis also, and this also on the y-axis like this. Okay. We need also to fix the gap here. So I go here, I deactivate here, and we need some faces here. So I will deactivate this one also. And we can take some points. So I will take this point, this point, this point with Shift, and I press F to fill the gap here. Okay. And now we can check again here. Normally it's correct. Okay. Just to be sure that everything is in the correct place, I will take all the vertices in the middle with that. So we can select all the vertices in the middle like this. Okay. And we can put 0 on the X like this. Okay, we will do some adjustment here. So I will take the vertices that you can see here. Maybe it's a little bit too far, so I press G. So I press this one, I press G, and I move a little bit like this. Okay. We need also to check if the position is correct. Y is 0. Okay. Y is 0, 0. Seems good. And this one also. So maybe we can put 0 here to the Y to be sure it's correct. And we can put 0 here because you see it's a little bit too far. This one, it will be the same. So I will go here and I will put 0. It must be not too far. Okay. We can take some vertices for the chest hole. I will take this one. I press G. And we can move to the Y-axis. Like this to give a little bit shape to that. Okay, so far so good. We can check here. So I will remove that. As you can see, this is okay. We need just to refine the neck also. So I press 1. I go to the wireframe, as you can see here. We need some precision for the neck. So what I will do Control R in this part, yes. And we can move a little bit like here. And I will remove the subdivision because it makes harder to see. I will take this part. I press G, X, and I can move a little bit like here, as you can see. We can press G and I can move a little bit like here. After we can go to the object mode, we can reactivate this and we can put this mode. We need to move some vertices, so I will go tab. I will take this one. I press G. And I try to move a little bit on the Y. Like this. This one also must be moved. So I press G, Y, like this. We can deactivate the subdivision to see better. Okay. So I press G, Y. We have some vertices that we must delete, so I press A, mesh, merge by distance. And we can see we have 3 vertices deleted. So we clean a little bit the mesh also. Okay, we can go here. We can take this vertices, I press G and I move a little bit here. Okay, it's okay. Okay, and now we can check like this. And for the part here, we can just a little bit move on the correct place here. So I press G, move a little bit like this, and move a little bit like this. Okay. Okay. This is much better. Okay. After I will apply a material on that, so I press gold. We can put some value here. So I will choose this value. I will choose metallic 1. Roughness we can put 0.2. And that's it. We can check here. Okay, now we can start the rigging process. So I go to the modifier, I will deactivate the subdivision, and we can go to the object mode. So I press tab. After we can press Shift A, and we can put the armature like this. We can go to the wireframe and you can see it's on the top. So I'll go to the front view. We can hide the reference image because we don't need that anymore. So I press G to move that here. Okay. And now we need some adjustment. So what I will do, I press tab, I move with G, and we can do some extrude. So in fact I will do one here, one more here, and one more for the head here. After I go below, I take this one, I press Shift E, I move here, I do rotate R, Control to do some incrementation like this. I press G like this. I move here so we can move like this. I do an extrusion like this. There is no foot here, so we can go directly here. Finally, I take all the pieces here. I press Shift E and we can do G, X, to be sure to be in the X mode. So I go to Armature, Mirror, X, like this. And I can move G to the X axis and just to move in the correct place. So we can move this one, so I press Shift E. And now we need to rotate that in the correct place, 7, like this. And we need also to move all the stuff in the correct place. So I select all, G, and I move to the Y in the middle like this. Okay. I go here, I take this one, I press 1, and you can move like this. Okay. I press this one and you can move like this. We need only 3, so we can move here. I press 1, I press extrude just one time, and I do extrude for the hand like this. Okay. after I select all the stuff here, I press Shift E, Enter. I go to Armature, Mirror, X, G, X, and I move here in the same location that we have for the mirror, so it means here. So after we need to link the children to the parent, so I will take this bond and this bond with Shift. I press Ctrl P and I will choose Keep Offset. I will do exactly the same here, Shift Shift, Ctrl P, Keep Offset. So I link the child to the parent. I take this one and this one with Shift, Ctrl P, Keep Offset. This one and this one, Ctrl P, Keep Offset. So it means if I go here, I go to the pose mode, so I press Armature, Ctrl Tab, pose mode. If I choose this one, for example, I do the rotation, you see the rotation is okay. I do the rotation, it rotates everything. If I do this one, I do the rotation, you see it takes the both links for the arms. So it's okay. And if I do this rotation, it will take this one. Okay. Okay, now we can exit from the pose mode. So I press Ctrl Tab and it will go again to the object mode. Now we can go to the character. I will do a copy of that. So I press Shift D, Enter. And after I can go to Object, Collection, move to Collection, New Collection, and I will call that Backup. Okay. I go to the backup, I don't display that, I go here. Why I do a backup? Because we will apply the mirror. So I go here, I apply the mirror like this, okay, and now it's applied. Okay, now we can link the bone to the mesh. How we can do that? I go to the character, I take the armature, so I will take here with Control, and after I do Control P, and after I can select Armature Deform with automatic weights, and everything is done. So now we can check what we have. So I go to the armature, I go to Control Tab to go to the pose mode. I select this one and I do a rotation. As you can see, the mesh is following. If I take this one, I press R 2 times to do the rotation of the body, like this. Okay, we will fix the weight. So I will go to the mesh, as you can see here. We can exit from the pose mode to the object mode, like this. And we can go to the vertex group. And I will select, for example, the bone here. So it's better to name every bone, but here it's the tutorial, so we can see that directly. So I will select with Tab, and we can see this is 11, and this one is 8. Okay. So what I will do, I go to here, I go to 11. We can go to the solid view, and we can change the mode to weight paint. As you can see, there is too much influence here. So I will remove that with Control. So I click here to remove, you see, all the parts that I don't want to have. So maybe we need to adjust also the size of here to take less. Control to remove. As you can see, I remove like this. If you see blue, it means there is a less affected. And if it's red, it's really affected, as you can see here. So here it just accumulates some bonds, but there is some bonds that we don't need here. Of course, it can take time, so here we go quickly just for the tutorial. But of course, you need more time to adjust all the weight here. Okay, this is done here. I go to the object mode here. We can go back to the character, as you can see here, and we can activate again the mesh move on the character. So the modifier here, we can activate that again. So I will activate the subdivision, as you can see here. Okay. Okay, for the demonstration, we will do just one move here. So I go here, I press E to insert a keyframe, and I go, for example, for 36. I press R to move a little bit in this direction, for example, not too far, because we don't have adjust all the weight. I will do like this, for example, and we can move a little bit the rotation like this. So I press E, I press E for this one, and I press E for this one. Okay. So as you can see, this is moving, and this is good. Okay, we can show the character, and we can see here with the preview. Now I go to the collection here. I will press Shift A. But before I go to the object mode, so I go here for the object mode. I press Shift A and I will add a plane. Okay, I will take the plane here. We can go to the front view. I press G and I can move that below with the Z axis. And we can scale that because it's a little bit too small. Okay, it's just for the demonstration here. And we can put the name ground like this. I will put a new material on the ground, so I go here, I press new. We can call that floor, for example. I will put something metallic, so I will put a gray like this. Metallic to 1. For the floor, we will put 0.1. It will be dark like this. And after, we can activate the ray tracing. So I go to render ray tracing. And you need also to put some light. For the last step, I will go to the pose here. And we can go to the pose mode. So I click on pose, I press Ctrl Tab like this. And we can take the arm that we can see here. We can take this part. We can press R like this. We can press R like this 2 times, and we can move like this. And we can press E to insert a keyframe. And that's it. You have posed the character, and it's really nice. After you need more adjust the weight of the skeleton to fit completely for the mesh, but it takes more times. But here it's just to give you the basic notion. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and see you for next tutorial. Bye!